stayed at Mission Springs Trail Camp down there. Plan is to go 20 miles today. It's 26 miles to town, to Big Bear. We're all ready for pizza, so we're gonna go for it. Not as big of elevation gain today, so I think it's doable. Good morning. We just had a little climb and it's been flat and really nice. I was hiking with Emily for a little bit. We listened to a morning meditation, which was tough. I kept tripping, you know, because you're supposed to close your eyes, and I'm just joking. It was really nice, but we're in this forest of pine trees and there was a major forest fire, obviously caused by dragons. I mean, I don't think anyone can disagree with that. Just kind of swooped in through this whole valley and burned it, and a lot of trees look like they survived. And fires can be destructive, but they can also be really good. We have all this lower vegetation that's just starting to thrive. We saw a lot more flowers in some areas, and there's even some comments about angry bees, and we did encounter some angry bees. I had like 3 of them swarming at me angrily, and so I had to run down the trail yesterday. Jonathan got stung, unfortunately, but he seems to be okay. One thing about hiking this trail is you meet people, and so I'm in a tramily of 6 total, including me, and it's just interesting when people are from all over. Most of them are from the United States, but one's from Australia, Monique, and it's just kind of fun to see her joy in seeing a chipmunk. You know, she's not used to seeing that kind of creature where she's from, and so she just gets all excited about it, or woodpeckers. So it's kind of fun to watch that and kind of experience that through their eyes. It kind of makes the trail and meeting people a lot more fun. One of the reasons why I'm hiking this trail is I've just kind of lost faith in humanity, just with the politics and corruption and weird stuff going on and COVID, and then you meet people like Mama Bear and these other trail angels out here who are trying to help hikers, or you just meet other hikers who are just so nice, and everyone's very encouraging of one another. It's just really nice. It's a whole different vibe out here than going back to the 9-to-5 jobs. So if you're thinking about hiking this, I recommend it. It's tough. Yesterday was really tough, but there's also good times too. So I encourage you to go for it. Jason from work, this is for you. I know you like pine cones. There's so many pine cones in this area, and they're super big. Lots of pine cones everywhere. Very cool. I brought this big notebook, waterproof graph paper, so that I could draw maps and write down ideas as I'm hiking, but some of the hiking's been so grueling, mainly because of the heat, and we've just been gaining a lot of elevation, and it's hard for me to think up stuff for D&D and fantasy stuff, which is fine because I wanted to embrace nature too. But I was thinking, oh, should I get rid of my notebook because it's just extra weight, and I have only drawn one map. But then I get on trails like this where it's flat, it's downhill, there's some slight uphills, shaded. I have plenty of water. I'm not gonna die. And I can feel my mind wander. And so I think I'm gonna still keep it for a while more and see if I use it. But only use it when I feel like it. Because sometimes when you carry something, you feel like, oh, I have to use it. Otherwise, I gotta get rid of it. But I'm gonna keep it for a bit, because I feel like I'm gonna get my hiker leg soon, and I'll be able to have my mind drift a bit. But so far, the trail has taken my concentration and just getting my body to move every morning. It's getting easier and easier every day. Apparently, in 10 miles, we're gonna go through an area that used to be an old zoo. It has cages, and I guess it was animals for movies, but it's shut down apparently. But I guess back in the day, people would pass by and there's elephants and tigers and lions and that kind of thing. But now there's only angry dogs, I guess, that sometimes get loose. And one story is that a backpacker got chased like half mile down the trail, and he's just using his ski poles for defense. That's the story I heard. So that should be pretty exciting. It's gonna be kind of bizarre walking by an old zoo in the middle of the woods, but there's some strange things out here. So there is San Jacinto Mountain, and we climbed all the way up this valley, camped way over there, and now for some reason we're going back the way we came. I do not understand such things, but I'm just walking. We all have great vibes on the trail today. It's downhill, it's flat. There's a couple hilly sections, but nothing bad, nothing like yesterday. Yesterday was grueling, and we just made arrangements for the 6 of us to stay in a chalet. It has a swimming pool and hot tub at Big Bear Lake, so we are definitely excited to do all that. Speaking of good vibes, I want to give a shout out to Eric Allen. He's the guy that's been putting the music together and putting these videos together for me so that I don't have to do video editing. And thanks so much, Eric. This stuff wouldn't be happening without you, because I'm just too lazy. So thank you, and thanks for watching. See you on the trail. Those are the cages to the zoo, but they're all empty. No sign of dogs yet. But we could get some action shots going on if they attack. We'll find out. Hi, puppies. You're okay. We're just hanging out. Yeah.
2 chickens.
Nice. We found a nice shady spot, and this is what we do. We take a siesta, we eat lunch, take off our shoes and socks, and then we move on. About every other day, I get this spurt of energy for about 2 to 3 hours, and it feels great. It's not that hot. The trail is awesome and slightly downhill or flat, and I feel like I'm going the speed of Fire Beaver and Old Spice. But they can do this all day. I can do it for 2 to 3 hours. Just eat up some miles. And all you need is candy. Lots of candy. Also, I failed to mention, this is not the time for podcasts. This is the time for AC/DC, Motley Crue, Rage Against the Machine, and even a little Atomic Bitch Wax, if that's your thing. Good bands. Make you go faster. Sometimes you gotta eat on the trail. I stopped at this little spring with delicious water. I collected in my Ceenox sack right here. Usually I do the bottom here, fill it up, then I attach my Sawyer squeeze, and then I can just drop water and get clean water. And so I did that, and I'm waiting for Emily to come. She's out of food, and I am almost too. I've shared a few meals with her already. Spanish rice. We're gonna have a meal on the trail itself. There's a few chips, a little vegetable oil or olive oil, and this is my stove. Works pretty great. My pot, and so I'm gonna cook that up pretty soon. Probably as soon as I hear her coming down the trail. Fire Beaver and Old Spice are ahead. Probably 3 to 6 miles is where we're going to camp, and we all may be split up tonight just to see how far people can go. Monique and John are way down the trail. I'm not sure where they're at, but after a while it was just downhill, and I got some speed and I just went for it. So I'm just going to hang out here, wait for Emily, share dinner, and then go make camp. And then tomorrow morning we're going to head to town after hiking between 5 to 7 miles. So we're excited. We hike all day, hike all night. Do, 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 do.
To the kind.
Morning. We are waking up, setting off for town. Headed to Big Bear Lake. We have a chalet with a swimming pool and a hot tub, and it sounds fantastic, and it's pretty cheap. So with 6 of us, we're all just gonna dive into one room with 3 queen beds. So we're gonna be all together, and we're all excited. I think it's day 22. I'd have to check on that. We just have to go about 7.5 miles to get down to a road, and then hopefully get a hitch into town. John is a couple miles ahead of us. Fire Beaver and Old Spice already hit town last night. They wanted dinner bad, so they just cruised. And Monique got lost, I guess, but found a ride from a man named Jim. That's all we know. She's safe. She went to a bed and breakfast, so we're gonna find out more about that. But we're all set up. Do you have anything to say, Emily? Good morning.
Good morning. No, it's time for town. We're ready. It's been a fun ride. We're ready for a shower.
We are definitely ready for showers. All right, catch you guys later. Interesting cactus. On this side's the sun.
Get my sunglasses real quick.
Okay. Look at the view.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think we have to walk through that land of death, dryness, and death. That is the desert.
Is that start the Mojave?
I think so.
Fucking hell. Yeah.
That back, but they didn't charge for the tires. So it was pretty awesome.
I didn't see those. Wait.
We're at the Grizzly Manor, and I guess they have a pancake challenge. If you can eat 6 of them, you get
In an hour.
you get free pancakes and your picture on the wall. But I think 2's big enough for me. Very cool place.
Got a lot of personality.
Definitely recommend it. All right, we just moved into this chalet. Let's go upstairs. We've basically just taken over this whole place. Here is the upstairs loft. 2 beds. I don't know what else is up here. Oh, not much else. You can see that we just did laundry because it's hanging everywhere. Got it on the railing. We got it in the living room, couch, another random bed, table, kitchen, and back here is the bathroom.